Hi, guys. Well, congratulations on getting accepted into Northern Illinois University's Certified Recovery Sports Specialist Training Program. We're really looking forward to spending the first resident weekend with you, which is just saying, I'm sure that Jennifer sent this information or Hillary to you, but just remember it's the first weekend of NFL football. But don't worry because the Bears play on Monday night against the Vikings, so you won't miss the Bears. Anyway, just a couple notes. I was going to send out a video explaining all this stuff, and then Jennifer sent out the information anyway, but I just thought that I would review a few things since I said I was going to send a video out. Even though, like I said, you should have received all this information already, but it's okay. So, we will see you Friday afternoon. I believe that your letter says, or email says 2 o'clock. It's important that you be there on time because we have to get your student ID, so your official NIU students. So we have to go over and take pictures and get the official student IDs, and that's important for a number of reasons, okay? So it's important to get there. If you have a laptop, please bring it. We have a small number of ones to lend if you don't have a working laptop. But if you do have one, please bring it. Like I said, we have a small number that we can lend out. If you really need it, that's fine. We'll be glad to lend it to you. But if you don't need it, then maybe don't take one. Like last year, we had people that borrowed the laptops and didn't even need it and turned it in at the end of the year and said, I never even used this. And I kind of thought, well, then why did you take it? But we have fewer than in the past, so it's even more important to think about if you really need it or not. But anyway, so bring one if you have it, because we will be introducing you to Blackboard. That's what we call our course management system. That's the system we use for online learning. It's going to be really important that you learn how to use it, because then you'll be working on that the rest of the semester until the end of the semester. So that's why it's important to bring your laptop, okay? And we have Wi-Fi available and everything. We'll be walking you step by step through that. Chris Huber, our student success coach, is excellent at that. He'll do a good job with it. Let me think of what else. We have some good speakers lined up, interesting speakers lined up. I think we have 2 speakers. We have one mental health, very creative mental health person who has used music to help in their recovery, and we'll be performing and combining performance with telling our story. And then we also have a graduate of our program that will be telling her story, that finished our program and is now working as a recovery sports specialist, is certified as a recovery sports specialist. I think you'll enjoy hearing from her. We're going to have a panel of a couple alumni talk just to give advice to you, like what would be good to know starting off. So it's going to be a fun weekend. It's usually pretty good food. If you have an allergy, a food allergy, please communicate it to Hillary. Please do. We really are important about accommodating that. We had someone who had a fish allergy one year, and we had Caesar salads with Caesar dressing. And she didn't realize that anchovies are typically used in Caesar dressing. She had a bad allergic reaction. So we don't want that to happen again, okay? So please communicate any allergies. The other thing is, remember, we were going to put you up in a hotel. We're covering food and covering the hotel. If for some reason you don't need a room, please contact Hillary right away. And that's at recovery support at niu.edu. Please, right away. If you, I think that's the email Hillary's using. Hillary will be there. You'll be able to meet the important people. You'll be able to meet the other instructor that's helping run the program, who's a rock star in the recovery sports specialist world, Becky Brassridge. You'll be able to meet the 3 student success coaches that are there to help you succeed and help you do this. One of them is an alumni, one has worked as a recovery sports specialist, and one is, they all have their recovery story, though. They're all people with lived experience who are now in recovery and that are here to help you. Please use them. We'll talk about ways to use them. So if you don't need a room, please tell Hillary ASAP that you don't need a room, okay? Because I hate to spend that money and not have it be used. If you have allergies, let them know ASAP that you have food allergies. Assume that you've been proactive in taking care of that, I assume. All right, that's really about it. I can't wait to see you. I know it seems like a long weekend, but boy, it just goes by like that, just like that. So it'll be really nice to see you all in person, and it'll be the beginning of a long, fruitful, productive working relationship. We've got some changes going on with certification, but I can explain all that. You won't have to worry about that right now. That's farther down the road. The other thing is, I tried to figure this out, but I can't do it. And that I'm giving everyone $100 to support them coming this weekend. I wanted to figure out a way to get it to you before the weekend. I can't. I can't. I tried. There is no way I can do that. So we'll be issuing everyone shortly afterwards, after the weekend, issuing you a check for $100. We'll have you fill out the paperwork at the resident weekend. I'll go into all of this, but we have a subcontractor that deals with paying out all the checks. It's Illinois Rural Health Association. This is so much better, trust me, than NIU. NIU can take 2 to 3 months to write a check. Once we get you the paperwork filled out for Illinois Rural Health Association America, they can cut a check in days. Okay, we'll go through all of this in the resident weekend. So, like I said, I wish I could get you that money beforehand. It doesn't make sense to give it to you afterwards, but this first round, that's what you have to do. If your costs are more than $100, let me know. If you have to, I know we had people take Ubers from Rockford before, whatever. If your costs for getting here are more than $100, please let me know, and we can support that. But everybody gets $100 to support the travel here, okay? And I know it makes no sense, but we'll once we get you in the system with Illinois Rural Health, then everything's good to go. But we just couldn't do that beforehand, and there's no way I'm going through all that with NIU to try to get them to write a check. It's a disaster, trust me. NIU is more used to taking people's money than giving out checks, and they really don't understand. So that's that. In the perfect world, I would give you $100 before you came here. It makes sense, but it's not a perfect world. We're just living in the world. We're living in the world we were dealt, okay? Anyway, I look forward to meeting you all. We got an exciting group of people. I'm really excited about the cohort that we have. This is cohort 5. I'm really excited about cohort 5. We're going to, by the end of this, you're going to come to this resident weekend on Wednesday, probably not knowing anyone. And you're not going to believe it. By the end of the year, these are going to be your, if not good friends, good colleagues that you will work with the rest of your year, the rest of your career. So someone will say, hey, Paul, I got a job for recovery sports specialist over here and blah, blah, blah. You'd be perfect for it. We're building a career-long network of support here, not just with NIU, but even more important, with your colleagues and with the guest speakers and with the alumni and everything. So just to summarize, if you're not going, if you don't need a hotel room, people live close that don't need a hotel room, please, please, please let us know as soon as possible. Number 2, dietary restrictions, allergies, please let us know ASAP. Number 3, if you have a laptop, bring it. If you don't, it's okay. We have a small number. If you really need to rent one out, we have a small number of laptops that we can rent out. But if you have one, bring it, because you will be using it, all right? All right, so I guess that's it. Just FYI, a lot of my clinical work, my counseling work, and my research has to do with psychology of religion. You'll pick up on that throughout the whole training session when I talk about addressing spirituality and recovery. But the point of this is I'm going to my home conference. Professional group is International Association for Psychology of Religion. And it is in Birmingham, England. And I'm leaving tomorrow. So I will, well, actually the day after tomorrow. I will be gone out of the country from August 17th to the 28th. I will closely check my email if you have any questions or have any needs. I'm doing this weird thing my son told me about where you do a SIM card, international SIM card instead of the international plan. So I won't, well, I guess no one has my phone number anyway. I won't have texts or phone calls. I will monitor email. If you have questions, let me know, and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Let's see. I think that's about it. And then we will reimburse you for getting here after the fact. And remember, guys, this is exciting. It's fun. It's exciting. I don't mean to start off on a heavy, hard-ass note. But once again, I just have to review that the resident weekends are a required component of the training. So if you don't show up at the resident weekend, that means we have to drop you from the training program. Because that means at the end of our training, I sign a form saying you completed all the training required by the specialized training, which means you only have to do a 300-hour internship instead of a 2,000-hour internship. And it means you get a test right away. If you don't come to the resident weekend, you haven't completed the training, because we do things. We're very strict requirements from the state and Illinois Certification Board about criteria we have to meet. And part of that is being at least over 50% face-to-face in person. And also we cover content on the resident weekend that won't be covered in the classes, that will be on the test, that is required for us to have the grant and to train you. So just so you know, all right? So I don't mean to come off on such a downer note, but we have had to kick people out of the program before for missing in resident weekends, just so you know. All right, well, I can't wait to see you all in a little bit, and take care. Any questions? Hillary might be the better one to get a hold of than me for the next 11 days. All right, great. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. And like they told me old timers told me when I first sobered up, they said, buckle your seatbelt because you're in for the ride of your life. So buckle your seatbelt. You're in for a ride. We cover a lot. We learn a lot. We have fun. We develop a supportive network that will last long beyond this training program. Okay? Can't wait to see you all in person. Take care.